Hello, everyone watching this podcast. This is Hot African Diaspora Analysis. Recently, I talked about a possible coup in Uganda, and I requested President Museveni, who has done a lot for Uganda, to rethink his strategies. Please, if you have not subscribed, do it now so that YouTube can inform you on any information I post in my YouTube channel. Otherwise, I hope you're all fine, and this video will get you in a good state. For me, I'm fine, and New York Buffalo is very fine. As you can see, I hope wherever you're watching from is fine. Please let me know in the comment section where you are watching from. Friends, it's a serious topic. This is a brand new video. Our topic today is 5 reasons why President Museveni or General Museveni must sort out the transition issue. You know, Ugandans have been waiting and praying for transition. They are tired of wars. They have seen it. The English said the real taste of the pudding is in the eating. And once bitten, twice shy. Ugandans have seen it. Ugandans have touched it. Ugandans have had it. Ugandans have seen it. Once again, I thank you so much. Please consider subscribing to my channel so that we hit 1,000. We are 964, I think. We can do better than that. I see those dancing, singing, and making fun gets hundreds of thousands. Please share, hit the notification bell so that we can have the discussion and the conversation going on. 5 reasons why President Museveni or General Museveni must immediately think about having a peaceful transition and sorting out the transition question. 5 reasons. Number 1, in my opinion, to maintain his legacy. We had fathers of nation. The first one is Dr. Apollo Milton Obote, and all those who fought for independence. Those are the father of the nation. But President Museveni qualifies. No wonder he calls himself our grandfather and call the young people Bazukulu. I'm not conversant with Buganda or Uganda, but that is what it says, Bazukulu. These are grandchildren. They are all looking at President Museveni to see that the peace he built, the economy he built. By the way, the GDP of Uganda is in double figures. Before it wasn't. In 1986, when President Museveni came, the collection was about billions, but now it's in trillions. the GDP went from 44 to 45%, is heading to 46. But before it was $46 billion. That's a lot of money. That is our GDP. So to me, for the president to maintain his legacy, he built a very strong professional army. Initially, before the president came, to be a soldier, you must be a village reject, a school dropout, a very bad reputation person. That is when you're enrolled into the army. But today, the reverse is true. You got to go to school. Most generals are PhD holders or master's degree. They understand the politics of the world, the comparative politics. That's why this generation is different from those that President Museveni went to the bush of Luero in 1980s. So the president must at all costs maintain his legacy. If he steps down now and work on transition carefully, even if he steps down in 2030, I don't care, as long as he is clear and he states it very clearly that we need a transition. But at age almost is 79, I think it's high time in 2026 he must have the general country coming forward to see that we have a national conversation. It's very important. The second thing is the love for the president, the name Museveni. I must say this, President Museveni is loved both in Uganda and outside the country. Much more importantly, in Africa, even the coup leaders love him. Even Russia, China, Iran, etc. love him. He has been holding democratic elections every 5 years. Though opposition and the election might not meet the standards, the world standard of election, there are many complaints. Though opposition that tells us the elections are rigged, are fake, are sham, name them, they participate every year, meaning therefore they rubber stamp and the interest is money. They have taken Uganda for a raw deal. Therefore, it's important for them to rethink, because the elections, to me, I always laugh with my friends here in the US. They ask me, professors and scholars, they ask me, why is it that your president has been there for over 37 years, when here in the US we have had more than seven presidents? I laugh. I said then he must be elected dictator. That's the name. Opposition talks about dictatorship, but they end up in the elections. Because every year, every month, government by law gives the leader or leaders, leading parties, position, at least 3 billion shillings Others, 2 billion goes down. Depends on how many members you have in parliament. And members of parliament are receiving more than 30 million shillings monthly. Who will want that to go? Look at Nambo's Betty Honorable. Look at Lord Mayor. How many years have they been there? Unless they put fire like ticks. You saw Reagan, Reagan in Northern Uganda, he had to be kicked out. To me, I see the opposition must rethink. Therefore, the president is loved. That love must not go. He must do something. I've seen recently he has been in a bulletproof vehicle. Many people were talking about it. To me, I think it's a good idea because the West, even the Middle East, the East, we have Russia, China, you never know who is your friend and who is not for you. They can easily kill you and blame the West. It's very possible. In politics, they say it's a dirty game. These were the two reasons. The third reason is MK movement itself. I made it very clear that that movement has gained traction. People love it. Young people love it. By the way, the millennials just born between 90s, 2000 to that, the young men and women, they're fond of swag. They go for those with swag. And General Mosey has others. And therefore, that MK movement is a force to reckon with. And of course, the fourth is a possible coup. We know very well that the MK himself, General MK, recruited thousands of UPDF. Today, a big percentage of UPDF love Mosey. A huge percentage of UPDF love him. Again, Mosey has a religious support from the defunct Presidential Protection Unit. Now it is called the SFC, whatever. It has a new name, something FC, SSC, whatever. There can be a possible coup because UPDF will not watch Uganda go down the drain. And of course, this quietness, like Pondo said, then that this quietness, we never know what is in the hearts of UPDF. The honors is in the hands of President Museveni to see into it that Uganda gets a new leadership. We need a national conversation, a national dialogue. It's very important. Eminent people, civil society, political parties, and all eminent Ugandans, we must sit and see to it to come with a new form of government so that we are able to craft a future for our country. Democracy has failed. What kind of leadership do we need? It's very important. This can only come in a national dialogue or conversation. Lastly, possible war between MK movement and the movement system. The movement system is wary of the MK movement. Remember, initially in 2012, General Sejusa came openly and criticized and blew up the issue of Museveni project. It caused a lot of storm. It has been the swan song of many Ugandans for the past 20 years. It has come to fruition. Therefore, there is a possible war between NRM and MK movement, because one day President Museveni said Muhoozi will fight corruption, and he doesn't give a damn about corruption. And I'm sure NRM may want to have President Museveni, because NRM has become a survival den for thugs, for mafias and so on. President Museveni has tried everything. Look at the anti-corruption body in State House. All these efforts, because the president has been so patriotic. Remember, he formed Pronanza, he fought Idi Amin, he did a lot. But unfortunately, power corrupts and corrupts absolutely. But I'm sure the power has not corrupted president. He has been in power for 37 years with everything in the fingertips. So there's that possible war. You've had the spokesman of government, Ofono Pondo, in the front line, MBS, Thursday. He said he warned the MK movement. And even a fool knows, the dullest mind will not miss the point that there is a friction between NRM and MK. Looking at the discussions of Ofono Opondo, I see the president must immediately rethink transitional idea. Else, actually say the bird is in your hands. One day, two wise men went to a wise man who was respected in the entire community. They went with two birds and they put behind. They asked him, wise man, behind me, Obianas, there are two birds. Which one is alive, the left or the right? The wise man pondered and thought about how they'll kill him. He knew if he said the left, they'll squeeze the neck and kill it. If he says the right, they'll squeeze the neck and kill it. So the wise man said, the birds are in your hands. Mr. President, the birds are in your hands. Uganda is in your hands. Don't give us a raw deal. Thank you. Please consider subscribing. Thank you.